see this.
I loved that working at that Universal. I worked on Curious George back in the early 2000, the 2000s,
Yeah.
before the 2000 teens, I guess.
Right. Right.
And when I'd have a guest over, we'd get a golf cart and we'd just go zooming around
Yeah.
the back lot. The best thing was, or the worst thing that's happened since, is they tore down the Phantom of the Opera soundstage, which I think was 23. I think
That's
number 23.
right where we're based. Yeah, that's right where our
Oh,
office is where that
oh,
historic state. You know, the other thing that damaged that as well, or damaged our lineage at the same time, was the removal of where the exteriors for all that. The old town, like what was it, like where they shot all the Sherlock Holmes movies with Basil Rathbone and
yeah.
Frankenstein, and
That's not Frankenstein Square, right? That's
it's gone. They made it into the Good Place set, and it's still, even though the Good Place is wrapped for a while, it's
what's the
still,
good place? Is that a show?
it was a TV show. So they
Oh,
they convert. It's like Old Town Europe, or there was some kind of, I forget the name for it, but
yeah.
it was great to go back there and see like all the old Transylvania
Well, and
locations gone.
a lot of them went back to like the early 30s, didn't they? So they were probably not in the best of shape.
Right, right. But it was really cool. It was one of those things where you could recognize it instantly in every movie. I mean, Basil Rathbone walked it probably in 10 of those Sherlock Holmes movies. Of the 14 he did, two of those were Universal movies, actually. Or a few
Two
of
were
those were.
Universal. Oh no,
No,
I
two were
think
Fox.
two were
Two
Fox,
two were
and then the
Fox.
rest were Universal.
Two were Fox and 12 were Universal. Yeah, that's right. But it was just a great location, man. So you were here doing Curious George?
Work on Curious George, the feature that was produced by Imagine. So Ron Howard's group was there.
Uh-huh.
And one of the very interesting things I noticed in those bungalows near Spielberg's, near Amblin, those low
Right.
profile bungalows, they were developing Wicked.
Hmm.
The Broadway show, was developed out of Universal. So isn't
Nice.
that weird? Yeah, they developed a Broadway hit.
Down where
And
Hitchcock's
then
old office was, in those bungalows?
I think that's where, yeah, I think that there's that one main drag that goes by in the front of, how it goes in front of what's that, like Jimmy Stewart Drive or something?
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
And because De Laurentiis was down there too. Everybody's
Oh,
favorite. Everybody's
when
favorite.
my conga die, everybody a cry.
Yeah. Yeah. Oh, there you go. See, I actually liked his version of King Kong as a kid. I thought it was a fun
It's
update.
kind of a guilty pleasure. I was very unsatisfied with the ape, with Rick's work on it. I have to say, it's a guy in a monkey suit. He didn't channel an ape at all, even though he looks like one in the first scene where he brings Jessica Lange up close to his face and he's like looking at her and smelling her and stuff. I thought that was pretty amazing, but then seeing the long shots of him, and the fact that the camera was like level, like mid thoracic on him, and so you don't get a sense of him towering or anything. I thought that was pretty bad. I thought Peter, what's his name? The Lord of the Rings guy, Peter, or whatever his name is. I thought his was much better, but too long.
Yeah, it was entertaining though. He had a love for it,
It
and
was,
now there's an attraction there based on that.
Based on that one, yeah, where I guess Kong jumps over he's on one side and then he jumps over the tram. He's fighting.
Yeah.
T-Rex. Great moment to pick. That's the one I would have picked.
It's a prescription for an immediate chiropractic visit, is what it is. It's But you know what I miss though, honestly, Kirk? I don't know if I can speak for you on this, but I miss the old broken bridge, as quaint as it was on that back lot. The broken bridge attraction. And I
Yeah.
also miss the abominable snowman tunnel from $6 Million Man, where he fought the Yeti. Do you remember what I'm talking about?
Did they shoot in there for that? I mean, that
They
was
did shoot in
developed for
there.
the tram. That was developed for the tram ride, but But they did shoot in there. The abominable snowman, or it wasn't
Yeah.
Bigfoot, huh?
No,
He
it
wasn't
was
fighting Bigfoot.
no, I mean, well, which one is the guy in the Himalayas? Which one is that
Oh, that's the
Sasquatch?
abominable snowman.
You,
And what's he doing in the Matterhorn, for crying out loud?
I
Okay,
don't know. He worked his way over to Switzerland. You got to be very
I guess
specific with this because the Yeti purists will jump on your case for not knowing the specifics. But
their feet are backwards and they're supposed to be invisible. Well, how does anybody know they've ever seen one? Well, no one has. Yeti. Thank you. That
there
was
he is.
in honor of Johnny Quest, which premiered today in 1964, September 18th. My Facebook feed is rife with Johnny Quest mentions.
So wait, circling back to your time at Universal, and
Yes.
again, snowman activists will get on our case for using the word abominable because it's a derogatory
Is it
adjective.
a colonial? Are we colonialists here?
Yeah. So, but
abominable. I think it was Hillary, wasn't it? Wasn't it Sir Edmund Hillary who said abominable?
Is that the guy? Is that the guy that stole the hand from the monks and brought? Jimmy Stewart invested in one of those.
I don't know
that Jimmy Stewart financed like a recon expedition to get parts of what was believed to be the abominable snowman's hand or scalp, I think, from these Tibetan monks. They brought some fingers back and it proved to be human fingers. But that didn't take any magic away from Andre the Giant playing the abominable snowman and the $6 Million Man, buddy. That still works. I worked with Steven Seagal. He swore those creatures existed. He swore. And he said the reason nobody's seen them is because they had the ability to transcend dimensions.
Yeah, that's what they interdimensional travel.
Mm-hmm.
Is that why we also don't have bones or any hides?
It's a good out, though, isn't it? Interdimensional travel. It's a good out for your argument.
Yeah. That's usually the one. That's usually the excuse I would give, like, for whatever kind of scrape I got myself into. It's like, if I could just interdimensionally travel.
Is this okay? Hi, my name is David Pasquesi. You may recognize me from television program or motion picture, or not. NMOSD is a central nervous system disorder, and it's pretty brutal. You can help. Go to GuthieJacksonFoundation.org and donate today to help them find a cure. GuthieJacksonFoundation.org.